Joining us this morning, our friends from the Titusville Moose Lodge. We've got Susan and Randy with us here this morning. Good morning. Good to see you this morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
It's been a busy couple weeks for you guys, doing some traveling. And
It has. We were fortunate to go on the same trip. Our Moose International Conference was in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. So
Wow.
That was a first-time trip for me.
A lot of cheese.
A lot of cheese.
among other things, right?
Yeah.
What'd you experience?
It's nice to network with people from all over the country. They had some new basic law changes they go over. If anything difference happening with the moose, I guess a major announcement with the moose is there used to be a rule that your spouse could come in with you unlimited times, but now they would like the spouses to join. And I am hoping after tonight's lodge meeting to kick off a promotion for our existing members to waive the application fee. There's a membership fee, but I'd like to see for the next couple months because that law takes effect August 1st.
August 1st, yeah.
And maybe so the spouses would join up. It's a great cause, your dues. I mean, it's $45 a year, and it just supports so many great things we're doing for our Twin Cities, Moose Heart, and Moose Haven, our children and our seniors. And then we do so much for the community, and we have a big community event coming up next Monday night. Don't know if you're ready to hear about that now.
Sure,
but
yeah.
We have our annual scholarship giveaway. So this year I'm pleased to announce that we are giving away 30 $1,000 scholarships to Titusville and Maplewood. It's area students.
Wow.
So that's $30,000 going back to this scholarship program, and that'll happen on next Monday, June 9th.
That's fantastic. For those who don't know, where does that money come from? How do you generate that money to give back?
A lot of different projects we do. Upcoming's another one of our projects is our annual golf outing, charity golf outing. And that's usually one of our biggest fundraisers of the year. And then we have last Saturday night we did a cash bash where we gave away $2,500, money every 10 minutes.
Wow.
100 here, 200, 400, whatever. But we have many fundraisers all year long that we do. And then, of course, we have in-house fun gambling things.
I was going to ask, is it something you're kind of keeping tabs throughout the year, or do you get to this time of year and you're like, oh, wow, boy, we saved $31,000. We're going to hand out $31,000.
We try and keep tabs. This year we did have a little bit of a glitch. We had people turning in the scholarship applications at our lodge, but they were apparently turning them in at the high school too. High schools. So we didn't have quite enough communication on how many were getting turned in at the high schools, but it surprised us a little bit. We'll take care of it.
Yeah, it's probably the largest giveaway that I can recall in my 20 years of doing this.
Last year we did 21.
Okay, yeah, so
this year
Wow.
it went to 30.
went to 30. So.
That's fantastic.
And along with fundraising, we do a lot of fun things. Everybody enjoys our wing night every Wednesday night, and we have different entities within the Moose, the Women of the Moose Riders, the Moose Legionnaire guys. But that's all fundraising that helps with these programs. So along with wing night, we do these meat raffles, and people really enjoy it. And this is the perfect time for a meat raffle. Come in and win some steaks on Wednesday night for your summer barbecue. So,
Well, you kind of brought up kind of the calendar, and
Yeah.
there's June. Is there ever a night off? It doesn't look like it.
not really, and when we think we have one, we used to have Monday nights off, but we started a new thing last night. It was a lot of fun, and we got a good kickoff for our trivia night. We're going to do trivia the first and third Mondays of the month for a while, just to give some fun and entertainment. And
For the first night it went
I thought
pretty
it went
good.
really well.
I think we had
Yeah.
maybe 6 or 7 duos, and it turned out that everybody won one.
Oh, wow.
So it was
I didn't even
pretty,
think about that. Yeah,
pretty
everybody-
evenly matched,
So that's the first and third Mondays in
Right.
June. Okay.
Yeah, so that'll be coming up again. That was our kickoff last night.
Randy, you mentioned golf. If somebody was interested in playing, is it too late, or can they sign up?
No, actually they can sign up right up until June 19th. The tournament is the 21st. That's a Saturday. And we'll take sign-ups all the way up to the 19th. It's $60 to enter. We do a blind draw format, which basically when you sign up, you give us kind of an indication of whether you're an A, B, C, or D golfer, and we draw teams. So it's kind of it's as fair as we can make it. Let's put it that way. Nobody can come in and just dominate and take all the prize money. Let's put it that way. And there's hole prizes at all 18 holes. So long putts, closest to the pins, things like that and stuff. Those are usually $80 prizes. So there's money to be made even if you just make one good shot. During the thing.
And usually I got one good shot every year or other year, so it could be my time.
And again, if you're a business and would like to sponsor any of the activities that go on, the whole sponsor a hole is $150. We have our signing table, we have the beer cart. All those things can be sponsored for $100.
Oh wow, okay.
So we appreciate any local donations. I've mailed out requests to everybody who's donated in the past and stuff, and they're starting to roll in now.
All right. So if anybody has questions on that, whether they want to participate or sponsor, they can get a hold of you or contact the Moose.
Absolutely. Call the Moose or me or contact me on Facebook, whatever.
Okay.
And another, I was going to say, point for teams is some people just really want to, it doesn't happen often, most people split up for the blind draw, but if you wanted to have your own team and you really just enjoy a day of golf and fun, you can bring a team in. You just don't qualify for the top prize, is it?
For the first, second, third, and fourth prizes. You still qualify
prizes.
for those 18 specialty prizes on the
Okay.
holes.
But if you just can't leave your bestie and you have to golf with them,
We just don't want anybody
Yeah.
putting a team together and coming in and wiping out.
like a big in the ringers, yeah.
Oh, that doesn't happen, Randy. That's...
No. We do have some lodges though that send a team, and they come from Erie or
Oh wow.
Franklin or whatever, and they want to play together. So it's like they know that we let them play together, but they just don't qualify for the first and second prizes.
Okay. Susan, I want to go back to something you brought up with the changes that are coming.
Right.
So if your spouse isn't a member, can they sponsor their spouse?
Yes.
Or, okay.
Yeah, that would be any member can sponsor any non-member. I'm just trying to think. Just waiving, because the membership is the $45 per year. So I know you and your spouse just recently joined, so you're both bona fide members.
Which is very exciting, and
Yeah.
I think shortly after that we took off for a week, and we just got back, so we're kind of excited because I'm looking through the Facebook page, and when you see stuff like this, you go, okay, that looks really good, and we can talk about the food that's served there.
That's
I
one
just
of our
had
famous
liver and
fish fries.
onions
Oh, yeah.
last night, and it was delicious.
Did you?
If you like liver and onions, boy.
First Monday of the month, always liver and onions. So, and the fish fry, you had the graphic up there. Fish fry every Friday night, fish steaks, and there's usually some other kind of seafood special. I see frog legs in there once in a while, shrimp. There's a seafood platter, so a lot of good things on.
Every once in a while, some
Friday.
Italian stuff too.
Oh. And then you mentioned the meat raffle that takes place, and
Right.
that's-
Right, there's a sample of the things we do. It's a lot of fun. The crowd really seems to enjoy it.
We run it on a tab sheet where you can buy just a tab for $1.
Yep, dollar a
And-
chance.
Really?
As soon as we sell it out, then you scratch off what number's the winner, and whoever pulled that tab wins that package of meat.
So, again, if anybody's interested in becoming a member, can they call and ask Susan, or do they just have to find somebody who's a member and get information from them?
I mean, they can always call the lodge. They'll have the information, but and they could direct them to somebody. Any existing member can sponsor a new member. We have close to 1,700 members.
So there's a good chance you're going to know
you're
somebody.
going to know somebody in the area that might be a Moose member.
Yeah.
Probably if you're interested, somebody has piqued your interest or something.
And it's not like such a secretive club where you have to wait for somebody to ask you to be a member, right?
Right.
So if somebody bumped into you, Randy, at the store, or came into Market Square, Susan, they could say, "Hey, I think I want to be a member."
Right.
Yeah, I golf on Thursday night. And I mentioned about the golf tournament, and somebody said, "How do you join the Moose anyway?" And I said, "Follow me."
And that's why we do here and there. We do some open to the public events like our breakfast buffet, and and I noticed there was I usually work the front desk at that, but there was a regular guy that was coming in all the time, and then finally they're like, I want to join here, but we piqued their interest by letting them in maybe a day here and there for an event, and then if you want to continue, because you can come in. You can come in 3 times, basically. You come in twice. The third time, you'll be asked to join. So you could even just come in and ask to be signed in and try it out a couple times if you want to see what's happening. Come in for dinner on a Friday night. If you like the atmosphere, then you can pick up an application and you'll have a whole lodge full of members eager to sponsor.
Emphasize, we went non-smoking many years
yes.
ago, too. So it's a nice, fresh atmosphere, when you come in. And if you do happen to be a smoker, we have a nice big open patio out back. In the summertime like this, you can step outside and enjoy sitting under a patio chair. And
there's probably a good chance, like once you walk in, you're going to go, oh, there's so-and-so. Oh, there's so-and-so.
Yeah.
So
For sure.
they're already asking you right now.
They want to join already.
we have a lot of camaraderie, and a lot of room. Of course, the bigger we get, we've been contemplating even how we're going to continue to, keep enough space for people. Last Friday night we were packed to the hilt, pretty much. So,
Wow.
that was.
So, Susan, we'll bring up the June calendar again, but big plans for the summer as you look at the
We're
couple
working.
months
The
here?
big thing for June is our golf outing, but another big community event is we are hosting a benefit on June 14th. That is open to the community and the public. That is to benefit Crystal Covell, who's undergoing cancer treatments. Very personal to us at the lodge. Her mother is probably one of our longest time employee.
bartenders, yeah.
So we're pleased to help with that situation. We're already starting to set up that the community is always so generous. The benefits on the 14th, and I think we already have over 70 baskets donated for the basket raffle. And that, do you know about those tickets? That started with Ironworks had a fundraiser, and it's 4 seats to a baseball game.
Yeah.
Wow.
And so we're continuing the sales on that, and that will then be drawn out the night of our event. So we tag teamed with Ironworks on that, and all a good cause. I believe it will be a spaghetti benefit dinner. The community's welcome. That's going on from 2 to 6 p.m. on June 14th. So come out and support that great cause.
Is that Randy? You mentioned that family atmosphere. Obviously, that's the family to you. I mean, that's what it's about, right? And you guys
Correct.
helping the community, and it's
emphasize-
bigger than just being a member.
Yeah.
Right. We emphasize, the fraternity part. We are a Moose fraternity, and it's a brother sisterhood situation where everybody, we don't tolerate any foul language. We don't tolerate fighting.
It's just
you
nice.
know, we just don't have that.
And we have
So
a
it's a
kids'
nice,
room too.
quiet-
I forget my grandchildren, 3 and 5, enjoy that. As soon as they walk through the door of the lodge, they're gone. Hard to get them to eat their dinner. They know about the kids' room.
We have a local business who actually, this time of year, they shut down for a while, so he brings all of his employees up there, and they have a big party.
Wow.
And we sponsor wakes. We have bridal showers in there. You got to call the lodge and schedule them and stuff. But we have a lot of private parties up there too.
Yeah, and I think anybody who's ever been involved with any of that stuff understands, it's like they make that phone call to you, and it's like everybody just rallies together to help the family or whatever the situation is. There's almost no questions. It's just you guys are there for them, and you just hear great things about, in a terrible time for that person or that family.
Yeah.
They don't have to think about something. They've got help for it. So
You were talking about just vacationing, driving around too. I just want to emphasize, once you join our Moose, you're good at any Moose in the United States, Canada, or Great Britain. So we had quite a contingency actually from Canada at the international conference.
Oh, wow.
There was.
When they called their name or out or something, there was probably at least 30 or so of them that
Right.
cheered and stuff.
And again, it's important to get your membership here. You don't have to worry about the tariffs on the
That's
membership.
correct, yeah.
Okay. You're watching the Morning Drill on Stream TV and on the Armstrong Neighborhood Channel. Friends from Titusville Moose Lodge with us here this morning. Susan and Randy with us, and so much going on in June. We showed some of the food, but just kind of hit some of those specials. Again, it's on the calendar. You can check the calendar out. You're working on the Facebook page. Let's talk about that in case somebody's looking online. Where can they find some of this stuff?
Right. They need to start searching the Facebook's called Titusville, PA, because Titusville, Florida was getting a lot of awards at the International. But Titusville, PA Moose Lodge 84 is the new general lodge page. I'm going to try to get all the information onto there. So that's just building, that just kind of started yesterday. So I'm trying to, if anybody needs general information for the lodge as a whole, start seeking out that page, join that group, and you'll be able to get all your information there. We had another lodge page, but we kind of lost the administration of it. So all of our new members that have been joining Fast and Furious have not been able to join that page. So we've been directing them to our sub pages. We have special stuff that Women of the Moose do, or our Moose Riders group, or Moose Legion. But this will be the lead of the umbrella there. That lodge page will cover everything we're doing in all areas.
When you come back from a trip like that, do you come back inspired and excited, ready to tackle new things? Or
Yeah, especially we visited our child city down at Moose Heart. We drove down one day, and just that we watched the seniors all graduate. We got to see a lot of the youngsters too, the new class coming in. They had all the little kids, about 3 feet tall, walking in with the seniors and such, and it's really inspiring to see them, grow up and go through the graduation process. And they named all the things they were going on to do. They had nursing, they had a couple of them going to join the Navy, and a couple of them going into IT projects and stuff. So.
Right. He's got an overview of the campus. It's just beautiful. It's
the one girl's been there her whole life. I mean, she started there as a little girl, and she just graduated this year.
That's incredible. And again, these are things that you can learn more about. Become a member. You can have these conversations. Is there information that people can take with them to learn more about this, or they can go on to websites?
They can go online. There is brochures in the lodge, but
we do an orientation too for new members. It's a 20-minute film that goes over a lot of this stuff to kind of inspire people, and we try and take at least maybe a couple or two couples out to Moose Heart every year, just to show them that when they come back, they're extremely impressed.
I was just going to ask Susan, when people watch it, do they start to understand it's more than just getting together and going to a great place for food and friends and all that, but there's more to it than that?
And there is, and just speaking from personal experience, when I first joined many moons ago, a good place to go in, have some good food, meet people, have a lot of fun. And I went to my first state conference, and I saw this now that we show at orientations, and it's what it took to open my eyes. We have a convention coming up in Pittsburgh in August for the state, so I'd like to try to get new members, new officers to that. It's just hard. There's so much going on, but it's real when you can meet with people across the state or across the country. It really opens your eyes to what the fraternity is about.
That's fantastic. And again, becoming a member and learning about this, you'll walk away. And
one of the other things we learned that's new was that the campus is now going to start and build a center for autistic and Down syndrome children also. So that's brand new to Moose Heart.
And then the other aspect that you've talked about the last couple months is what's going on in Florida. So let's talk a little bit about that.
With Florida, with the senior facility, Moose Haven in Florida. I was thinking about Titusville, Florida, getting all those awards. We'll have to come back.
We'll have to go down there and take them, Susan. Go down and take them.
We got to get Pennsylvania on the map. No, but it's a great program. Randy has a personal experience. We have a local gentleman that Randy helped get sponsored into Moose Haven. But again, it's a it's more than
Retirement
yeah, it's
home.
more. It's like a retirement community, but there's everything from if you're very active to if you retire your years at Moose Haven to go. There's critical care available too. But it's a nice with 15 years of continuous service.
Wow.
You could that's what your membership gets you. You could go to Moose Haven. Lots of activities I see. They have bowling and I've looked at some of their calendars, so there's a lot of activities if you're active, if you're just wanting to retire. I just think it's a nice atmosphere.
There's two ways that you can get down there. You can just basically turn over your assets and they take care of you 100% for the rest of your life. Or if you're not into that and you just want to go down and basically rent, they charge you for the occupancy and of course any products that you use and stuff, and you can just pay as you go. So it's up to you which way you want to go.
Well, before we wrap up, let's kind of recap what's coming up. A couple big things coming up.
Okay, well, big thing is Monday, June 9th, the scholarship giveaway to our 30 area students. We have that benefit coming up on June 14th. And
golf
our
outing on
fundraiser,
21.
golf outing June 21st.
Okay. For the scholarships, families are going to be able to attend that?
Yes.
Okay.
We encourage parents to come.
Be a good time while you're there, maybe to ask, hey, what's it take to join?
Yeah, there we go.
Not that they're there, you guys are doing a great job.
We've gotten a lot, of the parents to join.
Yeah.
That, just because we gave their children, a scholarship and they see the activities and stuff to what we're doing.
Well, and hopefully too, what they're realizing is, this is great. This is something you guys are giving back. Mm-hmm. What can I do to help and say thank you? And becoming a member certainly plays a small piece into that puzzle. So, if folks have questions, want more information, how do they get a hold of anybody here?
827-2121 is the office number up there.
Because you got to be 21 to have a beer at the Moose. That's what I always say. I remember the phone number.
That's great. That's good stuff.
Reach out to us. Find us on Facebook. I'm a familiar face in town at Market Square. I will talk Moose to anybody that comes through my door.
Mm-hmm. Excellent.
So just reach out to us. Or even just stop in at the club. You can come in and check it out. Be signed in. Like I said, you're allowed to come in a couple times to check out the facility, and then we'll talk membership.
Great. Good to see you. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks.
Okay, thank you.